Hey YouTube, this is Cursed. Sorry for the well, I took a while since the last upload, but I've been working significantly on the rigger, and there's actually been some actually quite good progress. Well, as much as I can say is working well. There's been a bit of a change to it, and I think I mentioned in the previous update the ability to make custom scripts. That's still available. This window has not changed here. I will be working on the compiler later, but this is still the same thing. However, new methods have been added in, although some of them don't exactly work yet. I haven't really labeled which ones don't work, but yeah, I have this entire setup of commands. Some of them work, some of them don't. Needless to say, there's been more. For the rigger itself, though, upon running it the first time, wherever it's located, it will generate this. Wait for it. There we go. A configuration file. Now, that can be ignored for now. The appearance of this window is actually slightly different. It's slightly more compact, it has the script options, and it has a little bit more stuff in it. So I'm going to show you what the configuration folder does in a little bit. For now, though, I've replaced the Choose Script dropdown with an Open menu, which will simply allow you to select the Elsword model rigger scripts, which are, as of right now, .pkgdat. That might change very soon, it might not. Considering this file extension I don't think is taken by anything else in the world, it's not going to conflict with anything, but it's also not even relevant to the program. Sorry, the program. It's a package of data that's not really relevant to anything. So anyway, if I click open, it does the exact same thing over there that it did before. Also, I can go over to the diagnostics and click that open. So now it reloads the window with new stuff. I actually don't know how to change the window size while it's open, so it actually does close it. But, oh well. Best I can do. So right now, they're diagnostics and such. These should potentially fix bugs. Whenever bugs show up, I will probably run a diagnostics thing, which will allow basically allow you to click the button like manually, and it will go through, check something in the PMD menu, or like window, and write it down somewhere so that it doesn't actually, like, I don't know, so it doesn't slip up. I don't really know how to put it any other way. So if I click the PMD editor location, this is just an interesting little thing I've built in. Basically, it will bind the PMD like editor location to the rigger, and whenever the rigger opens and the PMD editor is not, like, the window does not exist on the computer, it will basically pop it open along with the rigger. Now, if you close the rigger and reopen the rigger and the PMD editor is still open, it will keep it open. And if you close it while the rigger's open, it won't reopen another one. So anyway, I'm just going to click OK, and I'm going to go under the new location and open it. Again, that shows up by an exe. Now, it doesn't work this time, but if I go ahead and close this and then reopen it, give it a moment. It's working in the background. It just takes a few seconds. There we go. And as you see, the rigger just opened the PMD editor for me without any extra work. So now it opens this along with that, all in one go. So now I can reselect the same script again. Where am I going? I'm just going to go back under tutorials, pick that. I'm also going to load the model that I need. Would help. Yeah, I was working on this model at one point, so I'm just going to run it on this. So I don't need to override it. I'm going to put my normal stuff in here. These were the pop-ups before. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I will show you what the diagnostics actually does in just a second. So the fifth tab on the bone, just basically tab over to the fifth. I forgot to make it tab over manually, or tab over automatically, so it has to be done manually. If you click the visible on, visible off color, it will now detect it, change the settings for any given bone, and then change it back. So now it picks out coordinates. Usually the coordinates are marked the same, or at least on my computer they always show up the same, but I have it check at 2 different times, so the colors could be slightly different. Basically, it keeps track of them in a config file, which is under the configuration right here. So basically, it will now cause the bone.visible command to work with those colors along with the default, which are actually those. But it will vary based on computers. Like, I've received a few notes that the what's it called? The visible buttons are not working because it can't actually detect the correct colors. Well, that would be the issue that I've diagnosed. I'm not exactly sure if it's fixed, but anyway, I'm going to click OK, and it's just going to do its thing and save it into it. Let's see. Yeah, so now I can click. I have it open already. I think this box cleared. I'm not exactly sure if I can actually keep that just like staying, but whatever. I'm now going to click OK, and I'm just going to show that it works. So this is what it is intended to do. And as you've probably seen these scripts go, but this is from a pkg.dat file running right here. This will create the model just like it was before the rigger got updated. Currently it only works for Eve, and that's because I've only had the time to do one model. Be getting to other models soon, but I'm planning that after the first normal release of this, because I feel like the normal release is more important than multiple models in a bugged version, or potentially bugged version. So, I mean, I'm sure all of you have seen this go full through, so I don't need to show it. So I'm just going to hit escape. Escape is the break. It usually will clear. It'll finish up maybe a queue of up to like 5 commands, and then it will just quit the program. Like, it's not visible anywhere. So now I'm just going to close this. I'm going to reopen it and just show that when the PMD editor is closed, it will reopen it. In a moment, it will. I think. Or maybe it won't. I don't really know. This isn't fully accurate. I'm going to try it one more time. Something's up. Whatever. Did I actually? Let's check. I'm going to scan the config. Oh, okay. I do have a bug. It rewrote the config, but it cleared the PMD file path when the colors were inputted. This is a not so fun bug. I don't know if this is actually going to work. So now I'm going to give the location again. And now I'm going to check the config. This is something that I do. Okay, I'm hate to say this, but for now it seems like the important thing to do is copy the file path. Have this run the... Oops, wrong version. Have the rigger run the diagnostic for the color, and then put it back in the configuration file. To be completely honest, I don't know why it did that. I'll look into it sometime soon. I also might be making a program that will make the configuration file really easy to edit. Or within reason, within reason easy to edit. So now I'm going to run this diagnostic system again. It can be run without any model open. It doesn't matter, so long as you're on the bone tab when you click the button. Moving the mouse, though, as you click the button right here, will cause issues. So I wouldn't move the mouse. Oops, I don't need that. I need... configuration. Sorry. I'm partially distracted. So... forget that. It actually put the colors in correctly. I'm not 100% sure what the catches are for it clearing stuff and not clearing stuff, but anyway, let's test that one more time. I'm going to close out the rigger. And then reopen it and see if PMD editor opens with it. Oh, yep, there we go, it opened. Oops, I didn't do that correctly. So, there's another situation I'm trying to get to happen, which is if PMD editor is open and the rigger opens, but I keep closing PMD editor out of, I don't know, I'm just not paying attention. So anyway, I'm going to close the rigger, leave PMD editor open, and then run it again. That's it. It's not going to open another window. It knows this is it. Okay, I think that's about it for what the rigger does. I mean, I'm working more on the Eve script. There is a significantly better encryption on it, so that's a good thing. I don't have the ability to double click the script file for now and have that open the rigger and start rigging the model immediately. There might be some functionality for that eventually, but for now I have absolutely no idea how to do that. On the note of the rigger itself, though, there are a few features that will be added in soon. There will probably be, I don't really know. It'll show up somewhere. It might show up under diagnostics, which might be turned into like advanced, which will have diagnostics and advanced somewhere over here. Uh, we'll check that in a moment. The what is it? I got distracted. Sorry. The oh yes, the advanced option should have a the ability to swap periods for commas and commas for periods in terms of like decimals. That should store in the config at one point, and there should be other stuff like potential like language options. Although to be completely honest, I really only know English. I know a little bit of French, but I'll be honest, that's all I know. So for the sake of the fact that I don't want to use Google Translate because I know it's not accurate at all, if any of you watching right now know another language that you would like this program to be in, just send me like a either a comment or like a inbox message and just I don't know, tell me what you would like translated to what, and I will translate it over once I figure out how to work multiple languages. I'm kind of new to this programming, sort of. It's not great, as seen by the terrible user interface right here, but it works. It gets its purpose done. One last thing, I was tipped off in a comment right here about like issues with oops. Yeah, I don't know why I just did that. Issues with the PMD editor, how it like did the missing DLL files, like all the other videos that I had. Basically, all you would have to do is this thing would be zipped, and I don't really have a zip folder to work with, but I'll zip it to show. Okay, I've got a bug, but oh well, that doesn't matter. Yep. Looks like that's not happening. Give me a second. Anyway, if you right-click the PMD editor zip before you extract it and hit Properties, there is an option at the bottom called Unblock. You click Unblock and you click OK, and then you should be able to extract it without missing DLLs. It also explains how to, or the installation of, I think, it's like C++ redistributable 2010, .NET framework and such like that, stuff like that in this link. I will attempt to keep the link somewhere, but I don't exactly know where it's going to be. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will be keeping you all updated with the program. It's taking a while because it's very advanced logic compared to the original program. It's not only building a program, it's building a coding language and building an encryption, and it's pretty much building everything from almost pure scratch, other than the fact that I'm using a coding language to build it in the first place. If I was building it from pure scratch, I wouldn't have got this far. On that note, thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with more.